Here's your daily Tottenham news and headlines with me, football content creator Harry Scarfe. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. I'm a regular here at Chris Callan's channel. Let's get going. Alistair Gold reports that Tottenham have not received a new or recent bid for defender Christian Romero. He is expected back at pre-season training at Hotspur Way later this week. Thomas Frank is understood to be excited about working with Christian Romero and wants him in the back line for this season. It's important to him. We'll move on to opinions a bit later. We'll go through headlines for now. Athletic report that Nick Stubbins has also left Brentford to become medical lead at Spurs, so the actual number of staff who have followed Thomas Frank to Tottenham is 5. Stubbins, Tom Perryman, Justin Corcoran, Chris Hawson and Joe Newton are the staff that has followed Thomas Frank. The Athletic report that Tottenham have explored signing a new left-back to add more depth in this summer window. Alejo Valise leaves Tottenham. He joins on a loan again to join Argentinian side Rosario Central, where he'll be playing with Angel Di Maria. So there we go. Good luck to Alejo Valise for the 25-26 season. That is official, announced by the club. Tottenham Hotspur took to X this afternoon to say we are delighted to announce the signing of Koto Takai from J1 League side Kasarari Frondale, subject to international clearance and work permit. He has signed a 5-year deal until June 2030, and Sky Sports News reports a fee of roughly £5 million, which makes him the most expensive ever Japanese player to come from the J1 League. Tottenham have officially announced Thomas Frank's new coaching staff. Justin Corcoran is the first team assistant coach. Chris Hawson is the head of performance and first team assistant coach. Andres Jorgensen is the first team assistant coach. Joe Newton is the first team coach analysis. Matt Wells is the first team assistant coach. Cameron Campbell is the first team individual development coach. Fabien Auter is the first team goalkeeping coach. Stuart Lewis, who was the under-18s coach, has now become the first team academy transition coach. Dean Brill has gone from head of academy goalkeeping, that's his previous role, to his new role, which is first team assistant goalkeeping coach. So there we go, and Rob Birch has left the club. This is official. Matt Law reports that Manor Solomon will join the Tottenham Hotspur squad for pre-season training later this week. The winger was initially stranded in Israel following the conflict with Iran, but has since returned to England in time for the start of pre-season. Alistair Gold says that Tottenham's Director of Performance Services, Adam Brett, and Head of Sports Science, Nick Davis, have both left the club. They've only been in their roles for 1 year. TBR Football report that AC Milan are dreaming about the possibility of signing Tottenham left-back Destiny Udogie after selling Theo Hernandez to Al Hilal, the Saudi Arabian side. Paul O'Keefe says now departed Director of Performance Services Adam Brett went on holiday mid-season during the 24-25 campaign during one of the worst injury crises known to man. So there we go. That is your daily kind of headlines in the last 24 hours or so since I last done this update yesterday lunchtime. So let's get into it and talk about opinions. So we kind of run through it chronologically like we went through, and we'll start with Christian Romero and the report from Alistair Gold about no recent or new bid, and that Thomas Frank's excited to work with him. I mean, I think we should be doing everything we can to keep Christian Romero at the club. I think we should be building the defence around him. I think we should be building the team around him. But if someone doesn't want to be here, that remains to be unclear and unseen. We don't know that. If he's like, his head's out of it, then it might be best to cash in. But Atletico's reported valuation, in my opinion, has been nothing other than insulting. So hopefully, we keep him. That'd be crucial. We aren't Romero FC, we are Tottenham. So there are two sides to it, but keeping hold of Romero for me does have to be a priority. I think that is really important. Good to see Thomas Frank announcing his coaching staff. It's official now. He's taken 5 members of staff in from Brentford. That is really good, and I think that's what cost Ange Postecoglou, who wherever he went in his career, just believes in not taking his coaching staff. Mourinho couldn't, Conte. So I've had lots of managers like that haven't really taken the right staff, I think, and it's cost them. So especially Justin Corcoran, the assistant, I think is really important. The one that's interesting to explore, firstly, the report from the Athletic that Tottenham have explored signing a new left back to add more depth. So that's interesting. Also with the report about Udogie, I don't think we'll let him go. I think this would just be to add more depth. There are two separate stories that's important to note here. I think, of course, it'd be ideal. You can have Well, no, I think Spence was better at left back last season. I think maybe a right back in his new Thomas Frank system. The system, we've probably got an idea what it will look like. The formation is what remains to be seen. We don't necessarily know what the system could look like, to be fair. But I don't think Doggy will go, even if AC Milan are interested. I don't think there's many. It have to be extremely high offer for us to cash in on a Doggy. We have to keep hold of our best assets, and they include, Romero for me is our top asset, but valuable assets also include the likes of a Doggy. So Valise has officially left the club, so wish him all the best. Feels a really weird signing, I'm totally honest with you, paying £10 million for someone that hasn't really been given an opportunity as of yet. I hope that it's just a case of that he's going out on loan, because he's good, he's talented, but he's not ready, rather than he's not good enough and we can't get a permanent sale. So it feels really weird. I wish him all the best for the campaign. Just a strange signing. I hope it works for him, but I just feel like that could be one loan closer to his Tottenham exit, but I hope I'm wrong. Kota Sakai was also announced today, a first official signing for his new face, kind of at the window, if you don't count Luka Vlahovic, because I don't count Matis Tel because he was here last season. So we're talking about the highest ever price for a player coming from the J1 League, so about 5 million. So that's massive, and I read his CV today and it looks really positive. It looks very good. And that's what you want. It looks positive. 6'4", 20 years old. Yeah, senior appearances for Japan. There's a lot of positives for it. Olympics is involved in helping them get to the quarterfinals. So many positives. So Kota Sakai, welcome to Tottenham. First kind of real signing. Matt Lowe's report about Mana Solomon, forgetting the politics. He's back into pre-season training. Be interested to see what happens with him. It looks like Thomas Frank's going to give him a chance for loaning him out. So we'll have to see. But a really interesting story is from Paul O'Keefe about and it doesn't matter as much now because he's left, but the director of Performance Services, Adam Brett, went on holiday mid-season during the 24-25 season. It was one of the worst injury crisis. What's he doing on holiday? That's really poor. I know he used to be part of the medical team at Brighton. Director of Performance Adam Brett and Head of Sports Science Nick Davis left the club after just being there 1 year. That's interesting. So yeah, again, not too many headlines, but those are kind of the thoughts on it. It'd be interesting to see about that left back who we get. I think Kirkus has gone to Liverpool. There isn't that many out there. Tyrese Mitchell, Palace willing to sell, so we'll have to see about the Romero and stuff and the coaching staff, the main kind of reports there. So there we go. That is your daily Tottenham headlines, news and opinions with me, Harry Scarfe. You can follow me at HarryScarfe22 across all socials. I'm a regular here as well at Chris Callan's channel, so I want to thank him for this opportunity once again. Make sure you check him out, follow me. You can check out my channel as well, YouTube channel Harry Scarfe, which includes the Scarfe Spurs podcast. So thank you very much for supporting us and me. For now, come you Spurs.